Good morning again, and it's Easter Saturday, so thank you so much for spending a bit of time with me to have a look and see what I've got for you today. It's a card or a design that I've seen a fair bit on the internet just recently, and I thought it would work really well with this stamp from Nellie Snellen. Now, this stamp is a really pretty but fairly plain one, which works perfectly for the idea that I wanted to do. A little bit of measurement, so bear with me with that, but I've tried to make it very simple compared to, and I think I've managed that at least, compared to the ones that I've seen, which have been very sort of, just a little bit complicated and lost me along the way. So I do hope that that is not the case with mine today. So I'm also going to be using some Pixie sparkles, and I've got a little cheeky giveaway with the Pixie sparkles and a special offer and blah blah blah. So let us, without further ado, do a little bit of Pixie sparkling. So this is my stamp here. So it's an approximately, well, I'll say approximately, it's 140 millimeters by 75. So that almost is irrelevant, but it fits onto my 10 by 15, which is this piece that I want to do already. So I'm going to pop that to one side, and I just want this piece. So a 10 by 15 piece of card. And I'm going to use straight away my Pixie sparkles, and they are in the colour of Blue Wish. Now, Blue Wish, all the powders look very, very sort of similarish. This is actually a tester bottle, but the Blue Wish just gives a really pretty, just right background for this. So I'm going to do it in a very simple way. Some people are frightened of Pixie sparkles in as much as they can make a mess, so we want to make as little mess as possible. So all I'm going to do is take my piece of card, and I'm going to pop something underneath to sort of mop up anything to a certain extent, and I'm just going to tap at the top and then working my way down with lots of sparkles. Okay, so lots of powder. Then I'm going to take my water, because this is a water activated product, and I'm just going to spray my water on top of it, and hopefully you can then see that it starts to react. Now, you can leave Pixie powders so that they just react on their own, or they make their own pattern, but I want to encourage this one slightly because I want it to be the background. So I'm going to take a flat-ended brush, and I'm just going to give it a bit of a movement, so that, give the water a bit of a movement so that I'm moving the particles about. And I'm going from side to side because it is actually the movement that I want to give, as I say, of being a background. And as you can see, it is just so pretty, and I'm not sure if you can see yet, but the sparkles of it as well, which gives it a really lovely effect at the end of the day as well. Okay, so I'm going to just have a look at and pick it up and just see whether I want to put any more. So I think I am just going to put a little bit more powder just here into the middle bit, and then just add another little bit of water and give it another little bit of that's better. Just wanted to pick a bit more up. And then some of these sort of thicker particles give that more sort of deeper look. So it's a very subtle look. With the Pixie sparkles, all the different colours will give you different effects, and there are some beauties amongst it. And I have got on the website for you today some sets of 3 Pixie sparkles with a Blue Wish completely free. So if you want to have a go at Pixie Sparkles but haven't taken the plunge yet, that is an ideal way to start, with 3 very pretty colours, but your bluish as a completely free one. So we've got our background here. Now I'm just going to, for purposes of we need to speed it up, I'm just going to dry this very quickly. It is better if you can let it dry on its own, because you are going to get, you've added water to it, so of course you're going to get that little bit of a movement. But speed it up a bit is what I want to do, not turn it off. So I'm going to do the back and the front to try and dry it, but also keep it from walking too much. You see it does curl up very slightly there, but if you turn it over, it kind of hopefully counteracts it to a certain extent. So it is a bit curly there. So as I say, really you would leave it ideally to dry a little bit longer on its own, and it would give you a slightly better effect. However, that's not a problem. So I've got my now background, and I think you can see as well, beautiful shine to it. So I'm going to stamp it with my stamp here now, and I've already popped this into position. Oh, hold on a second, it's a little bit wet on here, so I better just wipe that off. So I've put my beautiful stamp into my stamping platform, and I'm going to pop this into position. So always putting it so that it's in this corner. I know I've said it before, but when I see people using stamping platforms and they put the article like that, I can't understand it when you've got this absolutely definite right hand corner to position in at all times. Whatever. So I really need this to hold down, don't I? So let's get all of our, that's it. So I will just show you, hopefully, that should be in the right position. So I've popped it so that it's more down the bottom, so that I've got sky at the top. And I'm going to move that one down, otherwise it's in the way. I'm going to take some VersaFine black onyx black ink, and I'm going to ink that up like so, and I'm just going to press that down, and I do think that's going to be in the way, so let's just press that down. Now I might do it twice, but we'll see how it's come along. No, I don't think we need to do it twice, do we? Should we do it twice just for the sake of it? Let's hope. Let's hope that we've got that it's not going to move. And just ink it up a second time, because we want that really nice contrast of black on there. Yeah, that's good. That is good. So let me take that away. We won't be needing that one anymore. Well, not for now anyway. So you can see that already you've got that really pretty design. Now, having said that, I'm now going to chop it up, because I want to make it into something very slightly different. So now what I'm going to do is chop this up into 3 centimetres strips. Okay, now that's why partly I took my measurement to be 10.5 by 15, because then 15 centimetres divides nicely into 5 pieces. We need an uneven measurement there because we want 5 pieces. You could do 7 pieces, but you need an odd number. Okay, so I'm going to trim this down. I'm going to trim it into 3 centimetres. So I'm going to work backwards from my 15 centimetres here. So I'm going to take off 3 centimetres. So that gives me to 12. And then another 3 gives me to, or minus 3 gives me to 9. Another 3 gives me to 6. And another 3 is 3. So I find that that's the easiest way to do it when I'm working with smaller pieces, if I possibly can. So let's pop them to one side, and you can see now that I have chopped this all into strips. So now I'm going to do a little bit more cutting, and the 2 pieces on the outside I'm going to take off 1.5 centimetres from each end. Now you can't do 3 centimetres off the whole lot in one go, because if you did that you would spoil the actual measurement of how this is all to go. So you do need to take, instead of taking, oh I know, I'll take off 3 centimetres from the top bit, that doesn't work so well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off 1.5 centimetres. So again, I'm going to work backwards here. So I'm going to take off that to 9 centimetres and then turn that round, and then I'm going to take off another 1.5, bringing you down to 7.5. Okay, down to there. And I'm going to do the same on this side. So I'm going to take off to 9 and to 7.5. Okay, so that's the outside pieces. Then the next 2 pieces I'm going to take 1 centimetre off of each end. So that's to 9.5 centimetres one end. Whoops, and 8.5 the other. So 1 centimetre off that end and 1 centimetre off that end. Okay, so that we have chopped very slightly our picture up. Then I'm going to put those to one side. So, and I've already cut a piece of black card that is 11 centimetres by 17.5, and I need to cut this at 3.5 centimetres each time. So I'm going to start off, because I've got my smaller one here, at 3.5 centimetres, and then it should work nicely. So I've got my piece at 14. So 3.5, 14 minus 3.5 is 10.5. 10.5 minus 3.5 is 7. And 7 minus 3.5 is 3.5. So I've then got 5 pieces that are all 11 centimetres by 3.5 centimetres. And then, because I don't have to worry too much now, I've got no pattern on here or anything, I'm going to take 2 pieces and I'm going to trim them to 9 centimetres long. So 2 pieces to 9. And then another 2 pieces to 8 centimetres. So because as I said, I don't have to worry about these pieces here. So to 8 centimetres. And then we hopefully will find that our pieces will fit in there quite nicely. Whoops, not right up there. There. Okay, so I'm going to pop all those pieces together. So let's get all our pieces there, and let's try to get all our pieces in the right order. So there, like that. Now, I'm going to use a bit of tape as well in this case, because I want to make sure, I'm going to put tape and glue, but I want to make sure that it flattens down nicely. So I'm just going to put the extra tape onto here so that I can make sure that that will stay stuck. And I'm going to just pop each of these into my corner. Let's just turn over so that I can press down properly. So just an extra bit. And the reason why I'm using the extra bit here is because the paper's still a little bit curled because I had to dry it quickly. So subsequently, I want to make sure that it does stay as flat as possible. And to do that, it's good to have some nice strong double-sided tape in the centre. So you can see the theory going on here. Each of these pieces has its own little border, but the main picture has simply been cut into equal pieces and just given that little extra something to break up the pattern, which I think looks really good. And I think that the blue wish of the Pixie powders with that just bluish tinge to it, but you've got a little bit of silver and a little bit of sparkle in it, is just right to give this black and white theme otherwise a bit of a lift. So you can see what the theory is with all of this. And as I said, I have seen this done in all different ways and they all look fantastic. But for me, the measurements were important, that we made them as simple as possible. And I will add them to the bottom of the video. So when you're looking at it on YouTube, in the description part of it, you will see all the measurements for these cards so that you have got them all there. Okay, so pop them all there like that. I'm just going to clear my surface so that we're not going to get that onto our main card. So let's just wipe that surface away. So I've taken myself a blank card, which is an A5 size, so that's your A4, your main card, folded in half. I've already put a matten layer in black and white, so I've taken off 1/2 centimetre all the way round of my black and then 1/2 centimetre again for my white piece. And I'm going to pop some foam onto the back of all these pieces because I think it'll look nice with that. So I'm just going to do that. So it's a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? I think that the foam sort of will lift it. So let's just pop some foam onto there. So the stamp that you may well have some seam stamps in your stash that would work really well with this as well. We did a little while ago, we did like a slimline one, which would look lovely. The only trouble with some of them is that, of course, they are meant to fit maybe onto a slimline, and then if you chop them into slithers like this, you then run the risk of running out of room to put them onto your card. So as you can see, I started off with a 10.5 by 15 piece of card, and ended up making it into an A5. So it's quite different. Let's make sure that we've got that round the right way, which is like that. So I'm going to, before I actually stick them down, I'm going to pop them onto my card. You can see I've got wet there as well, so let's just wipe that off too, because I don't want any on the card. So now I've also got myself a sentiment, and I want to make sure that the sentiment is going to fit. So I just want to be sure that we've got it in the right place. Okay, so it's looking quite nice, isn't it? So I've got a couple of sentiments, and I'm not quite sure which one. So I think if I was to bring this all down fractionally, that might be better. For what do you think about this one? Hope your day is amazing. But it would mean that I'd have to bring this down. That's quite nice, isn't it? Quite like that. I've got another one because I wasn't quite sure, and I might do. I've got that one, sending much love. No, that's not going to fit. Let's try putting them up at the top and have hope your day is amazing down here maybe. And you know what? I might have to trim the D. Or maybe if I put it there. Aha! That's going to work, isn't it? Yeah. We'll pop that down there. So I think what we need to do first of all is, as I say, just pop these into place before, come out of the way you, we stick them down so that we know that they're going to be as near as damn it into the right place. So I'm just going to move them so that they are evenly spaced as far as I can anyway, and try at the same time to match up the picture like that. So let's take this one first and pop this one into place. So just take off the foam backing and we'll put that one down like that. Then I'm going to go for the outside ones. And as I said, any of your scene stamps will work, but I do have some of this particular scene stamp in stock. I think I can get a few more, so if they do sell out very quickly, look out for them a little bit later because I may get some back. And as I said, if you are thinking, I know, I'm going to have a go at Pixie powders, now might be the right time. So these, as I said, are Pixie Sparkle, so they do have that shimmer to them, which I think is really pretty. And there are various different colours over on the website, sets of 3 with a free bluish for you. I have to be quiet when I'm doing that one. I have to get that in the right place. So let's just take the tape off of here. That's it. And the final one into position like so. And then perhaps we'll pick this up from here, shall we? Put a bit of glue down to here. And then, because it's quite a long one, pick up the glue from there. Hopefully not make too much of a mess. Fair bit of mess, because I'm mucky pup today. So, Sunday tomorrow, Sunday with our Easter Sunday special. We were going to put it over here, weren't we? So we have got the mystery parcels going live at 11 o'clock. And we have got a lovely, very pretty, as it's Easter, we're going for prettiness, card and bits and pieces to show you tomorrow, which I think that you will like. And we will, that's at 11 o'clock, and I will be live tomorrow, so live at 11 o'clock on Easter Sunday with all of the special pieces. And we will also be here on Monday with some of the new John Next Door products that launch tomorrow as well. So we've got some of those to show you as well, which will be nice. So here we are. I hope your day is amazing as well, and I hope you like this slightly different idea. As I said, a lot of different stamps would work well with this. And so I hope you give it a go. Don't forget, all of the measurements for doing these panels will all be written at the bottom of the description of the YouTube actual video itself. please try and share it. Share the love. Share anything that we've seen. It would be really fab to see new people joining us and sharing what I love to do as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely Easter Saturday. Take care, and I will see you again hopefully tomorrow, Easter Sunday at 11 o'clock. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.